All right, first song for semis. Here we go. Small thing, when you do any starter step and like you're getting ready before you do your triple, instead of going step tap, having your step be on your downbeat and your tap be on your upbeat, it's actually best to have it be the other way around. So you're gonna go tap, step. So downbeat is a tap, upbeat is a commitment of weight. That's gonna replicate basically a triple step, right? A triple step starts on a downbeat 3 and ends on an upbeat 4, right? So just being able to replicate that is going to be important. That's a really small thing seemingly, but I do know there's judges who care about that, because it is important. It's going to generally, when you go step tap on downbeat then upbeat, it's usually going to set you up to either start off time right into your next pattern, or you're going to have like a reset moment. So that's just something to be careful of when you're starting your dance. Yeah, similar to one of the other dances that I mentioned, I think I mentioned this in pretty much every dance, is just like that 3, all of your first, not all of your first steps of your triple, but at least one of the steps of most of your triples looks like it's a pretty non-committal step, right? You can tell you're not sustained over that foot. So getting a little bit more collected with most of your triples, put them underneath your body, so that way you can actually hold your weight there a little longer. That was a nice moment. Your delayed ones are looking really solid. I would say something that I am noticing is that, again, we're getting into this position, being mindful of that. But when you go into your 1-2, your hips swing really early. And so they end up looking a little bit loud. And you're also kind of in that spinal extension position, right? So something I would say is like for your 1-2, maybe make your hip swing a little smaller. Right now it looks really big and almost a little bit too loud. There it looks okay. But it's on a lot of like your either prepped positions or your passing patterns that end up looking like your hips swing a little more than they need to, or maybe it's just a kind of awkward body position, right? Because your rib cage is poking out here, and you can kind of see like there's a disconnect between your hip and the rest of the body. So I would say like tone down your hip swing a little bit on your 1s and 2s. Nice. The pass off between one hand to the other in that pattern was really nice. Last time you did a rainbow pattern, remember with Or, that one was on an off time exit. This one wasn't. So this one you prepped on an upbeat for the turn. That was great. You don't generally need to do that many step taps. I think if you do like one on each side and then get out, that's fine. I think the longer you're there, the more it's going to feel like a more basic dance, right? So you don't need to be there for that long. Again, with that hook triple. Something was a little bit wonky with your legs here. It's a decent anchor, and then you as you shifted your weight over this foot, you can't really tell. I'm going to zoom in on this right on your butt. As you shift your weight over your right foot, you see the hip disengages from the rest of the body, and then that knee breaks in. So that is not what we're aiming for, right? We want to be able to swing the hip over, but that shouldn't negatively affect the line from your non-weighted hip down to the knee, right? So we want to check into that because that's what's going to get you into that like knock-kneed position, which is hard to see here, but it's the one that you've gotten into in a couple other dances. Nice, like good structural position there. I would say like if you can straighten out a leg, if you get a little bit more of like a move down the line lean with the follower, that's great. But the position you were in was great. You were still turned out. That was wonderful. Nice. So when I see you do a couple syncopations, that always helps. Same thing with those swivels. Really try to get a little bit more work in that working leg or standing leg, just to show that you're trying to straighten it, even if you don't, just to show effort there versus it being kind of like almost a peg leg. I'm gonna overpronounce that lead a little more, just making it like really clear, like, and it's happening now, right? Almost prep the prep right here instead of sending kind of the hand straight down line. Some followers might miss that. So almost taking it almost like it's going to be a rock and go. So taking that hand slightly that direction. So that way she's kind of prepped into her left side to then bring that right side back. She was solid, like she could feel that difference without having a prep for the prep, but sometimes that's going to be helpful. Nice. Yeah, just cleaning up the collection in your triples and your feet. That's going to be the main thing that was standing out for me in all of these dances.